Okay, let's talk scholarships. I know. The whole thing can feel super overwhelming, right? Kind of like you're searching for a needle in a haystack. But what if you had a map? What if we could take all that stress and turn it into a simple step-by-step plan? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's dive into the playbook.
So how do you find money for college that you don't have to pay back? I mean, that's the big one, isn't it? The million-dollar question, or, maybe the $10,000 question, but hey, we'll take it. This is really the key to cutting down on student debt and actually funding your future. And here's the good news. That money, it's out there. You just have to know where and how to look for it.
All right, here's our game plan. We're going to tackle this in 4 simple parts. First, we'll figure out your search strategy. Next, we'll cover where to actually look for the money. Then, and this is a big one, how to craft an application that really stands out. And finally, we'll talk about how to stay on track and see it through. Simple as that.
Okay, first things first. You gotta know your search. I know it's tempting to just jump right in and start Googling, but trust me, taking a minute to lay the groundwork is so important. This is the stuff that makes the difference between a really focused, effective search and just, wandering around online feeling totally frustrated. So the first thing to wrap your head around is that scholarships basically come in 2 flavors. You've got your merit-based ones, which are all about what you've achieved. Awesome grades, a special talent, maybe some leadership skills. Then, on the other side, you have need-based scholarships, which are all about your financial situation. Figuring out which lane you're in helps you narrow things down right from the start.
All right, now it's time to build your personal profile. Think of this like creating a custom filter for your search. Ask yourself these questions. What am I studying? Where do I want to go to school? Am I an undergrad or a grad student? And are there any specific demographics I'm a part of? Seriously, once you answer these, you've basically built a compass that's going to point you right to the scholarships that are the best fit for you.
Okay, so you've got your profile all mapped out. Now for the fun part. Where do we actually find these things? It's time to start casting a wide net, because you'd be surprised where some of the best opportunities are hiding.
The easiest place to start, for sure, is with the big online databases. We're talking about sites like FastWeb, scholarships.com, Peterson's, even the College Board. Think of them like giant search engines just for scholarships. You plug in that profile we just talked about, and boom, they do a bunch of the heavy lifting for you, matching you up with opportunities.
But listen, don't just stop with the big websites. So many of the best scholarships are kind of hidden in plain sight. You absolutely have to check with the financial aid offices of the colleges you're interested in. Then look up professional groups in your field of study. And this is a big one, think local. Your local community foundations, clubs, they often have money set aside just for students from your town, and way fewer people apply for those.
All right, so let's say you've got a great list of scholarships you want to apply for. Now we pivot, because finding them is one thing, but winning them is a whole other ballgame. This is where we talk about how to make your application stand out from the huge pile of others. So how do you build a winning application? It really comes down to 5 key things. Number 1, tailor it. Seriously, don't just copy and paste the same application over and over. Make it specific to that scholarship. 2, highlight what makes you you. Showcase your unique strength. 3, your essay needs to tell a compelling story. Don't just list your resume. Tell them about a moment that really shaped you. 4, get strong recommendations from people who actually know you well. And a pro tip, give them a little brag sheet of your accomplishments to make it easier for them. And last but not least, and I cannot say this enough, proofread everything, twice. A silly typo can sink the whole ship.
And that brings us to our final piece of the puzzle, staying the course. Look, this whole process is a marathon, it's not a sprint. The real secret to actually winning scholarships often comes down to just being persistent, organized, and strategic.
I want you to really read this one. Missing a deadline can result in disqualification. It's that simple. All that hard work you did, the great essay, the awesome recommendations, it's all for nothing if you're even a minute late. This is why being organized is non-negotiable. Seriously, a simple spreadsheet or calendar could be the most important tool you have.
Okay, you want to know the real secret? It's this. You have to apply to more than one. I know it sounds obvious, but so many people don't do it. Don't put all your hopes on a single application. It's a numbers game, plain and simple. The more you apply to, the better your odds. And try to get a good mix of those big, competitive national ones and the smaller, local awards we talked about. So, when you boil it all down, what do the successful people do? They have these habits. They keep a calendar of every single deadline. They'll send a polite follow-up email after they submit. If they're lucky enough to get an interview, you better believe they prepare for it like crazy. And maybe the most important thing of all,
They just stay persistent. They don't get discouraged. They keep on searching and keep on applying.
Look, the funding is out there. It's real, and it's waiting for someone to claim it. And now, you have the playbook. You know the steps, so the only real question left is one that only you can answer. When that scholarship committee sits down with your application in their hands, what story is it going to tell?